is. All right, welcome everybody to another exciting day of another exciting week. Oh, wait, hold on, let's back that up. Another boring ass week in crypto. Okay, glad you're all joining us for a 0-point move over the last 7 days. If you guys want to take a look and see how far we've actually moved in the last 7 days, we have actually made a massive bull run. If you just, let's take the median line, right? So we've made an amazing bull move of 255 whole points. I'm super excited to announce that you all are a proud father or mother of a small Happy Meal at McDonald's or something like that, because that's about all you can afford after this wicked sideways action here. Yeah, we're going to start to break down the chart. So let's just jump right into this. So first thing I'm going to do is let's go all the way up to our weekly chart, see what we got here. And what do we have? Okay, so here's the bad news. This last time this happened right here in the 6 and the 7 right here, this red 6 and red 7, this was an inside candle. This was a bullish inside bar candle. You see that the red candle overshadowed both the height and the bottom of the entire candle, including the shadow of the wicks. The body also encapsulated the whole body. Now, the other thing is this body was on the lower side like this one, but here, this wick broke lower. So this is not a bullish setup. So for all of those of you out there with high hopes and aspirations of this thing going to the moon based on this candle, you can cancel Christmas because it's not coming early. Now, does this setup have some bullish possibilities? Yes, it does. I really think that the top side is limited here if we do go up. So just looking at this weekly candle does not help us out. Yeah, today we have the BIRB. The BIRB, sorry, BIRB, trying to jump into this thing.
No problem,
say hi to everybody, brother. Say hi to everybody.
Yeah, I'm saying hi to everybody.
Yeah, sorry, man. Good. All right, let's run this down. We're going to run this down to the weekly candle. I mean, the 3-day candle. Tougher candle to play. Now, I do like this, that this is on a 6. I don't like this. I would have preferred to see this 6 here at the top. See how I like these 6 turnarounds? Look, 6 right here, turn around. 6 right here, turn around. I don't like it that the 6 is up here. I like to see this turn around on the 6s. This is not what I like to see right here. This does not make me all squishy. Now, flipping this over... How do I feel about this 3-day candle? I would have to say more neutral with this 3-day candle than anything. Right? I would have to say that I'm definitely more neutral with the 3-day candle. Now, look here, the B Scalper gave you the long call. So if you've been just using Until One Mills B Scalper, you are doing really well in this trade. You have been playing this as a long call. This scalper has been really accurate. I prefer to use the scalper on Bitstamp, though, rather than Bitfinex. And I feel it is more accurate on Bitstamp than it is on Bitfinex. Yeah, so all right, so on the 3-day, you see we're being held down by the 7MA right where it's at. Neutral for me. This is neutral. Look, the 6 didn't break higher. So we didn't break higher than this previous spinning top candle, which I would have counted as a neutral, and or this would have been a candle that said to me this is a coming or pending reversal candle. So that's what this candle would have said to me, this 5. This would have said, hey, this bounces over or possibly over, simply because, look, it tried to make a run. It got rejected. It then tried to make a run again. We got rejected again. Now this candle, we're trapped here. The high side is 6,800, which you see, my chart's a mess at that level, but you see, this is kind of 6,800 up here is my tops, and look at all the resistance. We have a lot of resistance up above here. So I'm neutral-ish right here. I'm neutral. I can see this moving sideways possibly. for a couple days. A little sideways, maybe a little up action before falling out. But once again, we're in a really cruddy place. On the 3-day, the 3-day doesn't help me out. 2-day is still working. Doesn't help me out. Now this, once again, we talked about this candle a couple days ago and how this candle right here was possibly a bullish candle. And sure enough, it did go bullish and we did have this bullish. Now, the way I kind of look at this is I look at this as a fakie. This kind of looks like me to be a fakie setup. So you get this pin bar fakie. It looks like it's going to go up. Everybody starts to FOMO. It ends up being a bull trap, and then this thing dumps out. So I am bearish on the 2-day because I think this is a pin bar fakie right here. Okay, so the daily candle just printed us up a 7. So we've got a green 7 right now. So if you're playing this daily, this is actually good. This is good that this 7 came down. This is a little bit bullish. When this comes down like this is bullish looking. Now your top line here on the daily is 6,636. Okay, that's where our resistance is. Then we've got a ton of resistance way up above. Yeah, just nothing. I'm more a little bullish right here than anything. I mean, this is a tough one to play, right? So you've got this spinning top, that handle. Okay, so let's look here. So, all right, so there you go. So now on the daily, this is a bullish inside bar setup, right? So this is a bullish inside bar right there. So that's a great indicator for a possible bullish movement right now, and that's kind of what we're looking at. Yeah, I see this as a bullish setup right here. So this is, and let me bring this up. Let's bring up an inside. I want to bring that up for everybody. Where are my... Where are you? Where are you? Let me find this. Inside bar, inside bar. All right, so there you go. There's a bullish inside bar pattern, right? So this is what we have right here. So the secondary bar is inside of the entire space of the candle. You see we're inside here. So this is a bullish candle right here. This could play out. No, I see this has got limited top side, but this is a great, long scalping opportunity right here with this inside bar on the daily. So that's great. Let's print this up here. So that's the first good thing. So we're gonna start here with the weekly is neutral. It's neutral to me. And then the 3-day. No, was it the 2-day? The 2-day had the 2-day is a fakie. It looks like a fakie pattern. It looks like a pin bar fakie. This is bear. This is still playing out. 3, the daily is a what is it? It's inside bar. It's a bullish inside bar. All right, so we got that. Now, I already know, I've been watching on the 12-hour. The 12-hour now has the 7 and the 30 as a golden cross. So we already know that this printed up the 7 and the 30 as a golden cross. And yep, all right, so let's go down, run this down to the 12-hour. Okay, there's the 12. There's your golden cross right there. Now, when the golden cross lands on the price like this, it is less effective, right? It is not as strong when it actually lands on the price. We want it to be above or below the price. We do not want it to be on the price. on the price is more of a neutral indicator, and this gives me limited upside on this, right? So I'm going to change that to, I'm going to say this is a weak golden cross, though. So this is, we're going to say this is weak. It's on the price. So whenever it happens on the price, that is actually weak for me when that occurs. I don't like to see that, okay? I don't like to see it when it actually happens on there. Let's run down to the 6 hour. Okay, good. You know, no help with the candles. Now, we did get another bullish cross. So this one is better. So this is a much better bullish cross because it is much lower than the price. So the 6 hour also is giving us a bullish price. So 5, we got the 6 hour. This is more of a golden cross between the 50 and the 30. Okay, and this is almost it's almost touching. All right, so it's almost touching, but that is a lot stronger if the price action can hold up here over the next. It's got 6 hours left to close on it. I'm going to run down to the 4 hour. You got another. You're going to have a bullish cross on the 4 hour if the price can hold here. You got another possible. So you got another possible bullish cross on the 4 hour with the 6. So 6 will be 4 hour. Possible 7 and 30 golden cross. Okay. All right, so there we go. So now one of the things I want you to all take a look at is I reconfigured this wedge pattern here, right? So I've got this wedge. You see I've got 2 wedge lines. I worked one out off the bodies of the candle, body, this did wick. So I do have 2 resistance levels set here above. This is looking like a rising wedge, and I did post this up in the members area. So I posted this over in our Discord area. This looks like one of 2 things still. And until it breaks out over the top here of this wedge, until it breaks out over this wedge, this looks like a classic rising wedge scenario. This also still, in my mind, looks like a leading expanding diagonal, right? Oh, and this is the 2 ways that I see this. Now, I don't think that this is plausible anymore. A, B, C, D, E, rising wedge, right? So this is, I see this as a B, C, D, E rising wedge now. I don't see this as bullish. I'm going to bring over another chart, and then I'm going to let the BIRB run at this. So here's my chart that I've been in the members chat. This is what the members see. This is one of the charts we have for the members set up right here. So as you look at this, you know, I've got a bunch of notes on how I've seen this break out over the 30, then the bearish cross. Now here, this came down low. We popped up back through this cross. So the last time, look at the cross right there. There's the cross right there, right on the price action, right? And then if you go way up here, there's the cross. Now this cross held this lower. This cross held this lower. This actually happened, looks like it happened after the fact. The price fell through, and this happened after the fact, a couple candles later. It then got the pop back up. Now the way this is playing out, this is more bullish. As you see, we've crossed up over. This is a bullish cross here. Now, I'm looking for this to play out exactly the same way, right? I'm not looking for this to play out any different. I'm looking for limited top side here, right? And then a fallout. So I'm not getting very bullish on this until I begin to hit these particular, until I hit these goals. So I've had this drawn out. Let's see here. Let's scrunch this up. So I've had this chart laid out for quite a while. I've had this as a bear move, came up, bounced down, came up, fell out, right? Same thing here, up, down, up, fell out. So we're up, down. Now, I'm still not, you know, I still think this could possibly fall out a little bit deeper. I did think this was going to fall out a little bit more here. It came down here. It did fall out. So we are holding this pattern right here. And we are holding this bearish style pattern. Now, I have my alarm set. You can see my alarm is up there. There's my alarm right there. It's set. See the little red thing right there. My alarm is set right there. I have an RSI alarm set. If it does break this line right here, I will be flipped completely into a bullish trade, right? And right now, what I'm doing is I'm scalping. That's all I've been doing in this whole range here. Is all I've been doing is scalping. I put some of my scalps out there. I had another pretty good one yesterday. Made a double cheeseburger with fries. But I am looking for this to. I'm still looking for this to get up. Possibly now, if it can get up and test over this is great. But this also would confirm that even if this runs up here and falls out one more time, I would be looking for this pattern. This needs to break substantially over it. It's hard to look back in history, right? It's hard to look back in history and see any time we've broken bullish that it hasn't been this just absolutely straight rocket moon ship ride, right? Look at this rocket ride, right? I mean, it just smashes right through. There's none of this choppiness. And you see on the bear runs, it's all this choppiness right here. I'm still not convinced in any way that this is bullish, okay? Now we are going, it's us versus the exchanges, and we've talked about that numerous times. But now I have named this. This is the bull trap gap. And this is what this is. This is a bull trap gap all the way up to this RSI point. You got to get up and break this RSI. You see it tickled the RSI right there. You got to get up and break that RSI in order this to break us out of this bull trap gap. Then you've got your 323 chart right down here. Here's my 323 chart. Playing out like this last bear one. Right? Playing out like this barrel. Now, the longer we stay up here, if this bounces down and bounces up again, this is going to flip this really quick into a bullish scenario, right? But you look, here's the bear one, last bear one we had. Perfect. Just played out almost identically like it. Right? There it is again. Here's another bear trap, right? Boom, boom, boom. So let's all be very careful playing this on any kind of a long until you guys have this set up where you guys are really confident that you're going to be going over. Let's look at our historical volatility chart. Just not really telling me anything here. If this does completely fall out south, I would be looking for a substantial, a longer fall down. Now, I really still haven't figured out how to read this damn chart, in all honesty. I just haven't had time to put time into that. I'm going to bring up one more chart. So here was my call a couple days ago. I said that all these sixes, it likes to reverse on sixes. It was a perfect call. Everything back here was a 6. 6 hour was a 6 right there. 4 hour was a 6 right there. This was an absolutely perfect call. Reversals are on the sixes. I like to see these. And there we had it. Now, we're on a 5 on the 4 hour. Let's be careful. On the 6 hour, we still got a way to go on the 6 hour. You did get a great call on the scalp for the beast scalper right here for that short. And that's it. I think I'm going to hand this. BIRB, you ready to go, brother?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Let's hear it from the man.
I've been listening to what you were saying. And I kind of like, I don't know, guys, if you can see my... Hold on.
Yep, wait. And we got your chart. Go for it. Oh, no more. You took it away. There you go. It's back.
Sure.
He's only playing with
let's check the first like this weekly here. Yeah. You know what? Just a kind of like disclaimer, whatever. I'm not using like the paid version for the trading view. I'm just doing this one for CoinED. I like this more. So don't worry if some like announcements pop up here, whatever. what were you seeing? Kind of
Please
like
pay your porn bill. Please pay your porn bill. Ignore
yeah,
that. Ignore
sure.
that. And
Shit, it is
another Tinder female has swiped you.
yeah, yeah, stop. Just rather
Sorry.
stop, right? Yeah, sure. You know, I kind of agree with what you said about this. Our kind of like this time frames that we discussed. I mean, that you discussed. And what I'm seeing, kind of like with weekly stuff, uh, it looks kind of like a more bullish way because of this kind of like bullish hammer close on the weekly with the with the white falling. This is kind of like giving us some prediction. We can like some prediction that we will be ranging to see some action at around this I mean, following the possibility up to 6800 around this strong resistance area. And this is kind of like, because for example, I am if we can clearly see actually that this last action, I mean this last actions ranging from the March, from the start of March actually till the very at this moment, we have been like constantly decreasing with the volatility, if you know what I mean. Our tops and lows, I mean, are recovered like with the smaller difference here. This is kind of means that we are getting like kind of squeezed into the formation of this, let's call it like this falling wedge. But here we had of course this like faked out this that can bounce that we all, I mean, that we all apart from me of course, and Van probably we had something like the market bullish sentiment all over again. I mean, this is like very casual stuff, to watch on the Twitter. Kind of like funny to me to see how easily market sentiment changes, over single candles at times. And this is like 0 to 1 change, really. 180 degrees, really something weird, but still. What we can see is definitely, I mean, I'm not seeing here this my fib resistance, so let's switch maybe to daily to show it more accurately to you. Yeah, this is kind of like more clear vision here. What we can see is that here with this long legged, this kind of like Marboso candle, almost with with no shadows, no upper shadow, no lower shadow. We kind of like get a bounce, on this Tenkan line.
So
Tenkan, yeah.
Burb, I found out what that candle is called.
Yeah.
It's called a wide belt candle, and it is bearish.
Yeah, I mean, we can call it like this. I mean,
it's my first time.
It's
my first time.
Yeah.
I wondered what the hell that candle is. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, just sharing the problem. This kind of like gave a bounce, that we can like collocate with this very like touching of this Tenkan zone, but still, we after that we kind of saw this daily black candle here, forming a kind of like a this spinning top bar, more like focused on the upper area, but still, I mean, still, as you've been following me, probably, I mean, perhaps, I hope at least, and Vamps, I kind of like not sure that that's something like very ultra bullish, like becomes to hit up. And what I mean is that this zone, I mean, look how many daily candles actually appeared within this zone of 6100 to 6600. This is like the pure kind of like accumulation stuff here going on. Consolidation, I mean, we can clearly see like this like decreased volatility within last days. And well, what I'm like always, maybe not like always, but those most recent days, kind of repeating a time like over and over, is that this is kind of like a very decision zone. I mean, this is being on the very edge, for Bitcoin, because look how many, how much downside potential we are having just on the basis of of the down trend light here, being the very base, for the falling wedge here. This would be probably ranging to 50 to 100, and we are kind of like on the very basis. If we check this falling wedge that has been like following since the March, since the March with this fake out bounce here, we kind of like are still in the middle of nowhere. Still, we are kind of like the very medium zone, if you know what I mean. More on the top of that, actually, it's packed with strong resistances based on the Fibonacci progression, and the strong resistances. I mean, the red lines here, we can like see. We can see. Gosh, we can see or we can't see. We can see. What was that? The next one would be placed around this, this very zone of the Kumo twist here, that we, appeared that the Kumo appeared to be, to have a twist to appear bullish with this green inside. But still, I mean, of course, it had this bearish Kumo twist as well, with this bearish the TK cross and bearish MA cross as well. But still, what I'm trying to say, if we're checking the MACD, for example, on daily here as well, lower, the MACD signal actually says it's a buy signal. I mean, we're getting like cross on the horizontal with the histogram. We're getting like a bullish cross with the the MACD with on the signal line. And apart from that, we are kind of like still, I mean, we are still on the top of that. I mean, despite being this very like a bullish like a cross itself formation, we can't be this sure. I mean, that this consolidation like would result in a very bullish action. I mean, we have seen some on daily, if we are in our history, we have seen some some bullish crosses like here, for example, on the on the June. That appeared, on the June the 2nd, and it was like the bullish MACD. Let's call it like bullish MACD here until the 10th. But still, I mean, this could be like this dead count bounce as well. And what I'm trying to say is that we, at least in my honest opinion, and this is what I suggest, for checking and for having in mind at least. Not to be like very certain about these moves. I mean, in decision zones, characterized like the very characteristic of that is that market sentiment is very easily switchable, if you know what I mean. And this appears only like this is enough, for one single like I don't know, bigger Twitter profile spreading some news around, I don't know, the CTF acceptance or whatever, and this all can change the direction within like seconds, and this is just another stuff that it's funny itself. But we don't like actually these consolidation zones. I mean, these consolidation zones, these decision zones, because when it is very easy per very logical approach to become to be on the bad side actually of this when this rally appears, I mean, downside or upside, it is very easy to find yourself on the opposite actually like edge of that move. And we are getting like kind of a mixed signals. I am seeing like here we're seeing this consolidation. Some people were extremely bullish on this very bullish very bullish like bullish hammer, right? But here after that we just had like the shooting star, which is the bearish itself. But still, I mean, mixed signals here and there, and still decreasing buying volume. I mean, this is not like any convincing to me in terms of the bullish continuation, like a very not any bullish continuation. I mean, at least based on the very volume part. And if we add to that, this strong resistance packed zone between this 6100 and up to 6800 itself, being like the probably the most recent and the most the most the strongest resistance itself because of the of many really touch points, important touch points and twists, plot twists for Bitcoin. And yeah, if we check that, I mean, I'm playing for example lately the Ichimoku setup. I'm playing the strategy involving the Ichimoku setup, uh, connected at times with the MACD signals and with the moving averages as well. And if we are not this certain about if we want to if we can afford any lose, any loss and losing money, then I would probably like be very cautious and probably wait out a few days, maybe weeks, until the situation becomes very clear. If we like kind of zoom it out, what we can see here, I mean, it's pretty obvious. We are seeing here potential, this head and shoulders formation. I mean, this is not like very finished at all, of course, because of this right shoulder. But if there's such a situation happens that we'll be having the rally, up to 6800, and the 6800 level will be like easily rejected by the market. There would occur not enough like steam to push it over this resistance. I mean, this is like just another bearish touch point overall. So this would probably like generate some overall full FUD, over the market, and may cause a dump, even at least, I mean, again, to the very levels of this 6100, for example. Yeah, if we just to get it a bit clear, shorter, if we're saying this, oh gosh, let's launch. Will the launch? Yeah. Now, on the very similar setup here, oh my gosh, it's glitching a bit. Yeah, if we're adding like a Bollinger Bands on that, with the median here, uh, we what we might be seeing here is like if we pay enough in that attention here, we are seeing this Kijun and Tenkan, this red cherry line and this blue line getting kind of squeezed to each other. And as we may know, this bullish TK cross would appear if they switched. I mean, if they crossed from the bottom to upside. This would probably result in some bullish action. I mean, itself based on the Ichimoku setup. And if we checked, a few, what was that, a day before, right? And we see we what we are seeing here is that we experience this bullish cross, based on this Tenkan line on the median line here. So if we add, the resistance zone, that I mean the RSI zone actually, that we're being at this very moment being close to 50, which actually appeared to be the very kind of like decision zone for RSI on lower time frames as well. It kind of gives still like here on the based on the RSI, it still shows us that we are kind of in the middle of the run if it happens. So if the market like occurs to be dissustainable, to hold actually to let go to let the market go, in the direction that it chooses, we should probably see the move up to 6800, but in my opinion to be rejected, of course. I mean, I am not. I mean, this is crypto trading itself, but the more crypto trading, we can't like be 100% biased. We need to like stay open minded. We need to like pay attention to equally like bullish and bearish like signals. We need to like decide based on our strategy what would be best for us to trade, simply. And yeah, what if for example, if we're playing the Ichimoku setup, if we're playing the Ichimoku strategy, and if the another bullish TK cross appears here between those two, cherry and then the blue line, it would be a buy signal for us. And this would probably like drag the price, push the price up to the very, very strong resistance zone of 6800. I mean, this is what I'm saying chart. This is what I'm seeing in charts, and bam, yeah, here's your turn bait. They're saying you're muted, but you're muted on the mic. I mean, at least from what I'm hearing you.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, man. Sorry. Sound. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what I got. When I look at this in a longer term frame, time frame. Sorry, I was chewing in his ear. I was actually eating a protein bar in his ear. I didn't want to eat in everybody else's ear. So what I was doing was here. I look at this as the big descending wedge right here, right? So I see this as a big descending wedge. I see these circles as patterns that are playing out. I see this big hammer candle, hammer candle, hammer candle. And the way I look at all of these hammer candles is just big ABC movements. That's all I see here is A, B, C. Now, it's pretty hard to dispute this pattern, right? It's pretty hard to dispute this pattern that is really, actually extremely clear. I mean, this is a very clear pattern that we have that's playing out here, right? And I want you to know that I feel we have limited top side here, and on our bottom side, you can see we have put in a very substantial resistance point with 61.51. And on the weekly, and if you go and you zoom in, look bottom, we just can't break through it. 1, 2, 3. Now we did come down and test this again. So you have put in some pretty, this is your new test zone right here. This goes all the way back historically to break, right? I feel that if we go up and test this, which I still think this is turning into a B wave. I think that's all this is a B wave. We're going to come back down. Now, a close lower than 61.50. A close lower than 61.50 is almost an immediate short to 5,200. Or that area. And my bottom is 49. I've had this. You guys know my bottom target. I've had it posted for a long time. And I am not changing. Nothing is changing here. I don't see this as a bottom. I don't see this coming down and being a bottom. Even if this comes down, we would test up here a little, like BIRB says, if we get a really bullish action, all I would see, and I just... It's really, really hard for me to put together a scenario right now that has this kind of motion, right, without substantial news, right? Without substantial news. And there's one of two ways that this could play out, right? One of two ways. You would get some massive short squeeze, which my short squeeze issue right now is I feel people are way more prepared this time than they were last time, right? So I don't think people are going to get caught with their pants down around their ankles again, and I think it's going to be really hard to catch people in a short squeeze this leg. ETF announcement, right? These are really the only two things that I could see happening, right, to get this kind of a bullish movement out of here. People aren't buying the bull. They're not buying the BS anymore, right? And that's the issue we have right now is people aren't buying the bounces. These bounces are fake. And we've talked about this. Bounce. Oh my God, moon, 50,000. Not bounce. Oh my God, we're going to the moon. Not. Oh my God, this last time. I can't tell you how many stupid charts I saw by professional TA people claiming this was going to 50K, and this was the bull market was over, and it was going to be a new celebration of life, and I was just flabbergasted at these people. I'm calling 8,200. These callers are calling 20,000. I'm thinking, God, how stupid am I? How horrible of a TA guy am I to be this wrong about a move? And the reason is there's this had a reason, for sure. I mean, besides, I feel this was still TA and stayed in the channel. I feel that the reason we got up here is because of the ETF. And honestly, that should have been. This right here should have been the top. This without ETFs, this should have been our top, and we should have dropped out. This period right here, I'm looking at this was purely FA. This area was FA from the ETFs, right? We should never have broken out of this area we would never have broken out of this area without the ETFs, right? And that's how I feel. I feel that this was making a perfect descending wedge, right? This is making a great descending pattern right here. This should have been our top. We should have fell back down, and we should be going down. And right about now, we should be finding the bottom of crypto right now, and then we all should be starting on our merry way to a bull run. And instead, the ETFs have screwed that all up, and now we had to reset higher. And now here we are, and we're going to try to pop this up again. The only difference is we're trying to bring this back up, right? And we have limited, and let me adjust this so we're a little more perfect. Come here. God damn it. There we go. So I feel that we have a little more now because this wedge changing. It's hard not to adjust your TA based on this new wedge, and I'm gonna, I'll make this wedge, which I feel is BS. I'll make it purple, right? Actually, no, I lied. I'm gonna make this brown because it smells like poo, right? So here's my
big lol here.
There's my poo. Sorry, but I feel that this is where we really should have come. We should have come here. We should be down here right now. We should have already hit 5K. We should have bounced up to here. Now we should be going down to test this. And this is where we should be make or break. And then we should be going to the moon. I really feel Bitcoin is a value. I still feel Bitcoin and altcoins, the ones that survive, will be a value when we get down to that point. I still don't look at a lot of the altcoins as having any value because they have no use case. So this is my true wedge where we should be without the FA. This is our existing wedge right here now with FA. Now we are going to, we got a long way to go right here till we get to the hype again for the ETFs. So I feel that's kind of our next play out right there. All right, Burp, what are your thoughts, man?
Yeah, kind of similar. If we, for example, like check it here on the 4 hour, or on the what was that, gosh? Where was it?
I'm gonna switch over to log. People wanted me to switch to log.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, is it good?
Hold on a second. I'm gonna switch this over to log scale. That dropped. Yeah, see, log didn't play out. Log wouldn't have played out here either. It worked out better in linear because in linear, at least all three of these lined up. No, they didn't line up in linear either.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys see my chart here.
Yeah. Go for it. You're good. Right. Yep. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, this is like the bullish version. I mean, caused by some bullish market sentiment that you said. I mean, it's seeing some very serious resistance. I mean, of course, after breaking like this 6800 resistance, that is like ultra strong to me. And you know what? I mean, the market is actually like divided into two groups of people. I mean, the ones claim that the resistance bit, like the more the resistance is hit, like the more times it's becoming stronger. The others would say that it becomes like weaker. And for me personally, based on the, for example, like the market sentiment over like last months, and still decreasing and being the fact itself of being in bearish mode. I would call it like more like the that resistance is becoming like stronger here, and the support becoming weaker, and testing so much, testing so many times actually, like this 6800 resistance over what was that, 2 or 3 months, actually like gives me kind of like not any kind of misleading information, but it's rather like a bearish information to me, because the market like appears not to be strong enough, to push it over the price, over the resistance, which itself, I mean, the fact of itself is like more bearish than bullish. I bet you agree on that. And yeah, and after, I mean, if we happen to to break the 6800 resistance, that is ranging up to 6900, the next step would be probably here on the horizontal of the Kumo twist, here on the 12-hour time frame. And this is like ranging from where is it, 7200 up to 7300, something like that. I mean, this is the zone like dictated as well that you showed us by with the correction of this falling wedge, this like downtrend of the upper line here. And if we switch, for example, where is it? Gosh, why it's loading so low? Yeah, if we check that here, I mean, it shows us that we the daily, I mean, states clearly, very clearly, like the zone, the very crucial zone here of the very full of action packed over the last last cycles. This between the 60, 68 to 69, something right like that. And this would match perfectly like this head and shoulders. I mean, what I said already, head and shoulders. I mean, just just a kind of like a maybe tip for you. Don't it is not like I'm being bearish, with no sense or with no point, just to scare you guys or something like that. I mean, over just despite the fact that I'm having this, so some followers on my Twitter, as Vamps is becoming bigger in this as well, and this is not really like enough like the influence on the market to cause any like serious bump and stuff like that. I mean, it comes really it is impossible actually, but if what I'm trying to say, what I'm always trying to say is to keep your eyes open. I mean, the crypto itself is very volatile. Crypto itself is dangerous. So why would we need to push the volatility? I mean, push the risk to the next level even. For example, like doing some too many over trading. Changing the the market sentiment. I mean, your sentiment over the market. Whenever we see a dump or or a small pump, as Vom said. And that's yeah. If something if somebody is telling you that we shall see like 50K in a very short time, I would probably click down follow them. Yeah, I mean,
I swear, really... I almost posted something like that the other day. I almost posted the next guy that says we're gonna have the next person you're following that says we're gonna have 50,000. That we're gonna see 50,000 in the next few days or by the end of the year. Immediately hit the unfollow button on that guy. Immediately. Yeah. And listen, do it after the ETFs go through though, okay? If he's basing it on the ETFs getting approved, you can give, all right, 20K. But if anybody says it's going to 50K, there's no way in hell.
Yeah.
No way in hell.
Well,
not by the end
what
of the
happened?
Year.
Yeah. Do you guys see me? I mean, do you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, okay, because it cut me off for a second. Yeah, so actually I'm saying that because I actually did some kind of clearing service on my Twitter followings and had almost 500, I believe, and rode it down, to almost 200. And actually, too many like the all very like big accounts, very big profiles appeared to be like very actionless. They became like very inactive, and just what I'm trying to say is just a suggestion for your, to make sure that you follow the right people. I mean, Devamp of course is the one to follow surely, but don't. I mean, the key in crypto, I believe, is having like your pure strategy. Having is like your strategy, and whenever, I mean, it's minimizing the risk, right? It's minimizing the risk. Crypto itself is risky. I know I'm repeated that already a few times, but I believe it's like the biggest and the most common mistake, to too much exposure to risk. I mean, too much exposure to risk, not paying attention too much to or fundamental analysis, and no fundamental analysis, no technical analysis, no actually like strategy. I mean, it all combined becomes very easy, like to, very the easiest way to lose money. And what we shall like focus, what I will be checking, with the next levels would be definitely if we if we manage to break this the 6600,
I can't see your
resistance.
chart. Do you have your charts up?
You can see that.
No, you have the Discord up.
Oh, let's yeah, here it is again. Sorry for that. Is it okay already?
Yeah, you just got to share your charts.
Yeah, sure. Yes. It should be.
So, all right, it's okay. Yep, there you go.
Yeah,
There you
sure.
go. Okay, you're good.
Yeah, okay. So the crucial zone, the closest crucial zone to me is, the 6600. I mean, if we manage to get across, get a bullish cross with a candle, striking through the MA here, I mean 20, I believe I would be like expecting more like this, this ceiling action here, close to 6800, as I said already. But I am not saying I'm not saying very very serious action, bullish action, when the buying pressure, buying volume would stay like this low as it is like recent days. If we see that, I mean, despite we saw this like really big like buying pressure, like this bar here, volume bar, it actually like appeared to be like kind of like a fake out probably again, because it had it reached the 6600 resistance, but it instantly like closed with this very low zone. I mean, it appeared for for the market not to be like this moment. I mean, at this moment of the forming with this shooting star candle, it actually appeared for the market not to be too like too consistent, too empowered to break through, to break through or to penetrate the Ichimoku cloud. Yeah, if you're wondering, I mean, Kumo itself is like from Japanese language. It's the cloud itself, literally. So, yeah, if it gets any interest, of course. Well, when we would break on some decent volume, this MA zone, this 6600, I would be probably, as I'm saying, expecting this 6800. But still, I'm not saying like I'm not saying this because, at least from based on the very volume bars, I am not seeing like this action to be very serious until it like gets the full confirmation, like breaking. Like the next step would be breaking this, as I'm saying, this 7K and 7.2, and I am not like bullish more than I am right now. Without breaking on this volume, this 7200 zone. I mean, because what I was saying about this bias, being unbiased, or not sticking like 100% to the one part, or to the bullishness or bearishness. I mean, it all should be like concerned and focused, to keep the proper ratio. I mean, between between these two, this bullishness and bearishness. And I would become slightly more bullish if we manage to break this in 70 to 100. But this does not mean in any context, that I will stop being bearish. And yeah, I mean, just the fake out here some days ago. I mean, this is like the confirmation that the market might be not ready, to see any serious action bullishness still, and that would probably lead me and still, lead me the focus, to pay attention to the much lower prices of this final bottom that I'm seeing, to happen. Yeah, this is what I see here.
All right, perfect. Okay, so let's run through the alts real quick. So I'm just going to run through the alts really fast. And all right, so let's go over here and take a look at ETC. Now, I haven't had a chance to run through all of the indicators for ETC yet. What do I see here? So what I have is, I was neutral last time I did this. I was neutral, which is right because it's just kind of sideways motion. Did have that death cross, the weekly still new, 3-day new bear cross, new 2-day bear cross, daily green candle. So I expected this to go up 1 to 4 candles. And oh my God, look at that. How amazing is that? It went 1 to 4 candles. We did get a reversal within that 1 to 4 candles. So it was a perfect call. Now it is down here. Now, all right, so look at here. You've got this. This is a bullish setup on the daily for ETC. So you have a bullish candle over here on the daily. So let's go back. We're going to run through all this again. So number one, we have a daily. This is a daily bull inside bar. So this is good. This is really good. Don't see anything to help us here out. Let's go take a look at the end of the week for ETC. End of the week. Whoa, look at that. Wicked. That's very bullish. I would say this is a pretty damn bullish wick right there. Look at that thing. Wow. God, I can't even see anything else like this. This is a super bullish wick, and it's trapped on the 100. Now, this 100 has been supporting the price for the last 2 weeks, and without this 100 there, this thing would just drop through. But this is very bullish. So our weekly, we're going to post up here. Our weekly is, come on, let go. And our weekly is, so we're going to post 2 weekly. Oh, come on. 2 is we have a weekly bull reversal candle. And we have the support, the weekly 100 MA, okay? So we've got that. Then let's run this down to the 3-day. So our 3-day is about to post up unless we can break out of this. So you see you got a bear cross. You do have another possible bear cross coming. So, but is bullish. Now, here's the bad news. The 3-day posted a bearish bear inside bar. So the 3-day posted up a bearish inside bar. This is not bullish. This is bearish right here. This is a bearish inside bar setup on the 3-day. Let's run down. And you've possibly got, then you've got on the 3-day, and then here you go. And then you've got also, you've got a 50. what's that? That's the 50, no, that's the 30 and the 200 bearish cross. It's possible, okay. Let's run this down to 2 days. It looks like you're gonna get a second bearish cross on the 2-day. Second bear now. So you got the 6. It didn't reverse on the 6. It actually reversed on the 3. I don't like that. So number 4 is on the 2-day. You've got another 30, 50 death cross. Okay, possible. All right, and then on the daily, all right, so we already did the daily. Let's do the 12-hour. Nothing. 12-hour looks like a rising wedge. Nothing helping me. Nothing there. Nothing there. So I'm getting absolutely nothing out of all these. None of these are helping me at all. I don't see anything. I don't see any candle setups. I don't see any patterns. All right, we're going to take this back out to the daily. All right, so this is kind of what I've got here. All right, so there is your... so I'm going to say that I'm still... I'm bullish to neutral. Ah, Jesus. Ah, crap. Cut off for a second. It's my internet. All right, come on, load back up. All right, there we go. Sorry about that. All right, so there is my prediction. I'm still nothing's changed there, okay? So let's print that up. Hold on a second. All right, there's that. Let's go to EOS. All right, there's our EOS. So here are our EOS targets. So last time we had a daily was a bleeding 9. Okay, this is the daily. Is a red 9. It did bleed out for a second. It popped back up. See what we got here. 1 to 4 candles. We did get a 1 to 4 candle reversal. Let's start out at the weekly. See, another just really good. So EOS, you've got this really good. This is not a good setup for me on the weekly. I'm not bullish on that weekly. Let's go over to the 3-day. 3 days, no help. 3-day, I got nothing. 2-day. 2-day, you just had another bearish cross. 2-day, you had a bearish cross. 1 day, 1 to 4 candles on the reversal there. 12 hours. Okay, so here you go. You're in a squeeze right now on the 12 hours. So I would say the most detrimental thing right now is the 12 hours. You have the squeeze in possibly 1 to 2 candles. All I would do is watch this. And I would play the squeeze. So wherever the price ends up on this side of squeeze, it's going to pop. So that's all I'd say on that. On Tron, 1 to 4 candles on the reversal right there. Let's see what we got. Let's go to the weekly. Sorry, let's go to the weekly Tron. Actually, I'll do it right here. Okay, so our weekly Tron put in a wicked reversal candle, just the same. So our wicked reversal candle, so you got a great wicked reversal candle on Tron right there. You got a great long signal from the scalper. Yep, so it's so weekly candle did put that in. That's confirmed. 3-day got a long signal. That's perfect. Great signal by the scalper. The 3-day on an imperfected 9. That's where it's at. The 2-day on an imperfected 9. 2-day, there you go, hasn't flipped. So the 2-day has not flipped to a 1 yet. The daily. So the daily, there you go. The daily flipped to a 4, 1 to 4. So I've been looking for a 1 to 4 candle reversal. I just don't, when I run through this, let's see here. Do I see anything? Same thing, just the 12 hours in a squeeze. So this is pretty easy. So number 5, all these are in a squeeze. You're in a 7 and 30 MA squeeze. All right, and then I would just play the squeeze. Oh, Squeezy, it's my Jeezy name. Okay, so this is what I would do. I would just be playing this squeeze right here. This is going to be the easiest thing to play. That's all I would do. I would just play the squeeze. All right, actually, I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to get rid of this. Get rid of that. And I'll do, yep. So I'm just going to say, play the squeeze. $7 and 30. It will pop. Will pop. All right. So I'm going to make that a little bigger. All right. So my targets, none of my targets changed. I still have all the same targets. You know, this is all, unfortunately. Okay, now here's the big one. Here's the biggie, everybody. Okay? I'm going to short Litecoin. I'm going to short Litecoin because we had this weekly cross. Okay? So this weekly cross can be delayed. But I am going to short Litecoin, and I'm going to write that on here, and I will be looking to make a Litecoin. So this will be delayed. I'm going to run through Litecoin real quick, but I will add this on here. Let me put this on here. It will be shorting LTC.
On some local tops, of course.
What's that?
Right. On some local tops, of course.
Yeah. I'm looking for this to pop up right here. I'm still looking for this to pop up right here. So I'm looking, but I'm gonna break this down. So let's look. Let's pull this down to 12-hour. All right. So look at Litecoin. So Litecoin is weaker than all of the other alts, right? Because look at Litecoin's price. Litecoin's price is below, right? So Litecoin's price is below. So on the 12-hour, LTC is below the squeeze. So it's below the squeeze of the 7 and 30, where the other alts are in the middle of that squeeze. So this is not, this is weaker. This is showing weakness. Now let's pull this baby out. Now you did get this weekly, God, you got this weekly candle right here. F you, Litecoin, F you. So I play the MA strength over the candle strength, okay? I play the FA strength over the candle strength. This is still my I'm going to move this down, so my resistance is moving down. So I am going to play this. I'm going to be loading up. I'm going to be loading up. Golly. I'm going to be loading up shorts. Where? Do you have a Litecoin chart? Burp?
Yeah, you mean me?
Yeah, do you have a
You
Litecoin
mean
chart? You want to play? You have
you
a
know,
Litecoin?
with the weekly cross actually, though. Of course. I mean, it's good. It's good to short, of course. I mean, it's good to short, but as I said, I mean, it is always important, you know, to spread your orders, not to stick, of course, like with too much money put in one order itself, because it can like it has nothing to do really with the risk management. Then, but if you know, if we're getting the rally, you know, of Bitcoin, like up to 6,600,
It's going to follow
that would
it.
be like, yeah, that would be that would be like kind of even possible. I mean, I would not be like surprised if we see the weeks, you know, during the next week, you know, trying to touch the Kumo, trying to touch, you know, this 6,800 level. And if it happens, I mean, this would probably like reflect, you know, in the Litecoin price as well, with some you know, with some short-term upside potential. And this would be probably the place, I mean, to keep in mind, to, you know, to spread your wings, spread your orders, and to put some short orders there. I mean, I would be probably doing that as well. So, but just make sure, this is like a general suggestion, so we're trading, just make sure to, you know, to split the order into a few positions. I mean, this is highly increasing your kind of like opportunity. This is highly increasing your potential to, you know, for the higher order to be filled even with a week, because, you know, the margin trading is well known, especially like the very scalping trading for local volatility. So just make sure to spread your orders. Yeah, and this is I mean, this is what I agree with Vampon about shorting Litecoin probably. This is not like the final bottom on that, definitely, to me.
Damn. I mean, there's so many bullish signals.
On Litecoin?
On Litecoin, yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus. For the 3-day candle.
Yeah, just in the meeting. This I mean, when we are unsure, you know, what kind of like markets we're having like locally, whether it's like pure, you know, reversal, or just a consolidation, you know, before the further dumps, I would stick like in the very decision zones, inside the very decision zones, especially for Bitcoin. But, you know, per analogy, per logical approach to each other, you know, each other actually, like each other altcoin, including Litecoin, I would like switch it kind of like to scalping mode. I mean, opening like a very clear open long, or, you know, or short position in decision zones is the easiest way, you know, to lose money. When you know you can't afford to lose, it's just better to watch it, you know, watch it solves, watch how it goes, and, you know, make the right decision after it has, you know, decided which way to go. And this is like a general suggestion. And if, you know, if we're getting this mixed, for example, this is just like, you know, on the very hot spot here. And if we're getting like some mixed feelings, mixed signals, you know, on some different time frames, on bigger time frames, we are kind of like not sure about the Bitcoin as well. This is like a scalping mode included. I mean, I'm not saying myself any opening like pure long or pure, you know, short to keep it for weeks. I mean, this would probably kill me very fast. So yeah, I'm not doing that, definitely.
Yeah. All right. So we got a 3-day bear cross coming with the 30 and the 200. All right. $12-hour. Nope. I'm going to take that back to the weekly. I like that in the weekly. So, all right, here we go. 6-hour. Nope, nothing. 4-hour. So much support underneath here. Like just so much support underneath there. Damn it.
Mixed feelings then.
Mixed feelings here. Gosh damn. It's this 12-hour that's going to be the deciding factor. And I'm telling you, the deciding factor is going to be this right here, this 12-hour right here. So I'm going to scoot this over. Because this 12-hour is going to be, but I see my limited top side is here. I just see a limited top side up here. There we go. So if this thing does go bullish, I'm going to leave my downside. All right. This candle is viciously bullish. Viciously bullish. But my problem is I've seen too many absolutely home run candles get absolutely just destroyed. Aaron, how you play the squeeze is, so let me show you. So what you do is here, you're just waiting. So you're waiting for this to either break above and or below. Remember, your 7 MA is weaker. So your MA on the bottom side right here is weaker. So you have less support right now than you do resistance. The 30 MA is stronger. So it's going to take a little more to get on the top of this. But if this does break on the top side of this, you're pretty much a run on TRX. This is going to be a run. You're going to have a limit. You're going to have some more top side to this than you are going to have bottom side right now, because it'll squirt. The same thing goes. Now, if this price does break below this 7 MA and then you get your cross, it turns into extremely bearish. Because you've had such a run down. This was a perfect reset. So when I look at this reset right here, I mean, this is just, it's so simple. I go 1, 2, 3, right? It's so easy for me to get an ABC out of that to say, hey, okay, this could be a new wave 1 down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down for a leg 5. And this could be like some kind of a leg 4 if I was doing Elliott wave. So I'm watching this, now you could be playing this also as a B, C, right? Or a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because this could still play out as a higher A, B, C here. It's just playing out as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now this did kind of violate this 1 right here because this did drop down lower. So this makes me think this is a completed ABC. Now we are flipping back and forth between a 1 and a 2 right here. But you really got to keep an eye on this because the way I play the squeeze, I just sit here and I wait. And if I break down, as soon as I get close to this squeeze pattern right here, now what you can do is you can get into a trade right now. You can get into a long trade or a short trade based on which way you think this is going. And then what you do is you just put in your stop limit above and or below. So if you want to go short on this, you put in your trade right now and you use this top. You're going to basically use the top of these candles right here at 0.234, 0.235 to be your top of your stop loss. You're just going to play a really tight stop loss, because as this squeezes down, this is just going to get lower and lower and lower. Now, if this does cross and this breaks lower, you're going to be in a really good position. Now, when I look at this 12-hour candle, I see this candle come back up. I see a spinning top and or a hanging man, which is bearish to me on this 12. This looks like this is a bearish candle setup right here. Now, the weekly is bullish, but this 12-hour played out kind of bearish for me. But that's all I'd be doing, is looking for this to play out right here. And, if you can feel top or bottom, man, it's a tough one. But that's how you play a squeeze. You put an order in. If you're going to put a short in, you're going to put your short with your stop loss right up here. And then if this thing plummets down, you got an easy win with a limited loss on the top side. You get a 2-3%. You get about a 1 to 2% loss on the top side. If you feel this is going to pop lower, higher, you put your trade in right here with your stop limit set down here. And then this thing can go ahead and, you've got a 1 to 2% loss here, but you've got a 5 to 8% gain if this thing does pop. All right, and Ethereum. Gosh dang. All right, I have pretty good idea what that weekly Ethereum candle is gonna look like. Let's see here. Let's see what this baby look like. All right. Yeah, same thing, bullish. Not as bullish though. All right, BIRB, you think that's as bullish a candle right there? I mean, that's a pretty, I would like to see this without a wick on it. So I would have liked to see this without a wick on it. This would have made me a lot more bullish. I don't like that this is trading on the bottom side right here right now. Your weekly, okay, so there's your death cross did not cross this week on Ethereum. It's still going to take another week unless the price completely falls out. 3-day chart. So your 3-day chart, your imperfected 9. Imperfected 9 on your 2-day. Let's go down to daily. Look, so you got the flip on the, I got the 1 to 4 day candle reversal. A lot of sideways action. The 12-hour, okay, so you have the same exact situation right here. So you have Ethereum is also, so you've got two majors that are playing under the, death cross, this 12-hour death cross, right? So this is bad. So you got Litecoin and Ethereum both playing under this death cross. And when I look at this candle setup right here, this is not bullish. This is not a bullish candle right there. So this is kind of, this is what I see. I see that the Ethereum and Litecoin are weaker than the alts, right? Because look, Tron is in, EOS is in, ETC. All right. Oh, ETC is a freaking mess. ETC is not in. ETC is lower. ETC is nowhere near. Okay. So ETC is not helped by that. But, EOS, Tron, both look stronger. ETH and Litecoin both look weaker. And they're all based on that 12-hour cross. Now, it's just a bad trading area. I mean, honestly, there's no good setups right now There's no safe trading right now. The only halfway decent trade you got is over on Bitcoin, right? So the only decent trades you got this Bitcoin bullish cross coming, and then you did get that bullish cross. But once again, this is on the price, and crossing on the price sucks, right? It is not that powerful. It's kind of neutralized when it does cross right in the middle of the price right there, right? This is, it just kind of it neutralizes it. Look here on the bottom, right? Boom. On the top, boom. Look right in the middle. So this crossed right almost on the price right there, right? So this crossed on the price, and you didn't get, so you got the bearish look, but then it just kind of bounced back up through it. I don't like this crossing on the price, right? So there it is. Look, it crossed on the price, and then this went up. So there, crossed on the price was a neutral. It went up, and then it fell out, right? I mean, if you dig into this, you would have gone, oh, remember, these are 12-hour candles, right? So you would have played this. Look at it. This crossed right there. So was this bullish? Was this bearish when this crossed? So you would have thought that this was possibly bearish, right? I would have probably played this as bearish here when this crossed, because the price would have been below it, but then the price popped up above it and then finally died. But this shows you don't like it when it crosses on the price. It screws shit up. Screws shit up. That helped. That's my technical term. There's my technical term. All right. What else do we got? BIRB, you got anything else for us, buddy?
Yeah, actually, just in the meantime.
Here you go. Go for it. Go for it.
In the meantime, actually, I found like another confluence, of ranging of this head and shoulders. If it happens for Bitcoin not to break this 6,800 level.
Okay.
I mean,
hold on. Turn away from the monitor. This is rated PG. Okay, this is a rated R horror show that he is showing you right now. Okay, do not look at the low-level targets. This is if you just ate and you feel queasy, please sit down.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, I mean this is just like a pure confluence, with my February February projection, down to 3,600 if it happens. I mean, of course, I'm not sure. I am not sure at this moment because it's clear like decision zone. But I mean, my gut feeling. I mean, my technical analysis over last months actually like closes. I mean, it encloses and it actually focuses on this 3.6 up to 4.5 level as the final bottom, if it happens, of course. I mean, really, if it really happened, I would be probably the most healthy, the most healthy way, for Bitcoin to organize the living of of the idea of this whole idea, based on the demand and the supply action. And I would believe this would be like the pure reversal, and the healthy signal for altcoins, to as a confirmation signal, to start recovering, if you know what I mean. And I don't know if it happens, but just keep your eyes open, see what I'm posting. I've just posted that on my Twitter, and yeah, keep your eyes open. Love you too. All good.
My boss is calling me.
Yeah, sure. All good. Yeah.
So yeah, I agree. The same thing. I mean, I don't like posting charts like that because people get all queasy.
Of course. It encounters offered the hate from people.
I get the unfollow. I don't want to hear this. Yeah. Unfollow, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But just the suggestion for real, to keep your eyes open, as I'm saying like 100 times already, but don't like put 100% probability on whatever you do. this is just like a scenario that would see some confluence, based on my TA, from the very February level. So yeah, this is
Yeah.
just like just like updated stuff here.
Yeah. So okay. So once again, I think we're done here. I need to go and I need to update all my charts for the members. Other than that, it's like this is like we're in this no trade zone right now, and that shows on my bubble charts. So if you're a member and you guys are looking at my bubble charts right now, you guys see that we are in the rejection box zone right here. So we're in the rejection box zone. We're watching this bounce around inside this rejection box zone. We're looking for a break to the top side here. We do have where the break occurs. There's our break right there. We also have where the break occurs for the MACD, and it's slowly inching its way up there for kind of a bullish break. And this is kind of where we're at. We're just sitting here waiting right now. Come here, you come here. I don't know why my charts don't keep updating and stay updated. Unbelievable. TradingView's having some issues lately, man. I don't know what it is, but TradingView's had some
that's
issues.
that's why I don't like this. This TradingView. I mean, Coinage is kind of like incomparable. With TradingView, in my opinion. I mean,
Yeah.
TradingView is so overrated for crypto. I mean, in my opinion, at least. I mean, I'm having too much fun on Coinage, with little. I mean, with lower fees, of course, and like a more kind of like in-depth analysis.
Yeah.
Because even if you go like full, like very very some exclusive options on TradingView, I mean, it still would provide some very limited access. For example, like you can't store more than, I don't know, 10 charts, per account, even paying like $100, monthly. I mean, this sucks, so much that I decided some time ago to switch to Coinage, and I'm having fun there.
Yeah, good. All right. Well, so we see where we're at. We see where our trading is. So we're still in this golden box that I've had here for days. We still have a warning, no trade zone, days of sideways action, and I mean a lot of days of sideways action. I do watch, go ahead, throw these wedges on your chart, throw these levels on your chart. For Vamp and for the BIRB, man, we really want to thank you guys for coming out. Really appreciate it. Sorry it was this long. Sorry that crypto is just this freaking boring right now. We're just watching paint dry. But this is all we got for you. We wish we could have something better. And for the BIRB and for the Vamp Man, gotta say thank you all.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
and,
thanks, yo.
Yep,
thanks,
and I will try to throw a post up on Twitter here, giving everybody a little, some targets of what I think is going to happen here next. But honestly, I think that we're just in a tough trading spot, man. You guys just got to be careful out there. Just don't go all in on anything. I really would be watching Litecoin. If I was you guys, everybody should have a Litecoin chart pulled up to compare with all their alts and all of their other things, all their other trading, including Bitcoin. I still feel that Litecoin is leading the way. So let's keep a real close eye on Litecoin. And for the Vamp and the BIRB, we are out.